Hello, gorgeous ones. Coming in for some real talk for whoever needs to hear this message right now. This is what is wanting to come through, and I never ever question that. So I'm speaking to those of you that have done some work before. Maybe it's therapy, maybe it's you reading books, watching YouTube videos. It doesn't really matter what it is. What matters is it getting you your outcome? And what I mean by that is, are you feeling connected to your heart, to yourself at a cellular level? Are you feeling confident? Are you in love with your life? Are you truly believing that you can have a soulmate relationship? It's a hell's yes, absolutely, or it's nah, not anywhere close. In fact, Lucy, it's the opposite. I'm exhausted emotionally. I feel further away from my dream than I've ever been. I don't actually believe that I can have a soulmate relationship. And if you're honest, you're just putting yourself through the motions of showing up to that same therapist, even though you know that you are skirting around the issue. You know full well in your bones that it is not changing anything at a heart and soul level. It's top line. If you know that, then my question to you is, why are you tolerating that? Because time is the biggest consequence that we have as a woman. And until you are ready to fight for yourself, to say, I am the most important person. Hey, Melanie. Hey, gorgeous Rachel. I am the most important person in my life. And until you get the full magnitude of that, you are going to keep coming last, and you are going to keep putting yourself further and further away from your dream. And for many of you, what's most heartbreaking to me is that your dream is possible. It is possible, but it's not something that the universe is just going to take care of. And it's not something that you can just suddenly heal yourself, right? And go, I'm just going to heal the last 30, 40 years of conditioning. I'm just going to say a couple of affirmations. It doesn't work like that. We all need support. We all deserve support. And for many of you in this community, I know you've been rock stars and you've gone and frozen your eggs, or at the very least gone and looked into your fertility. But that is going to be an unrealized dream if you're not taking care of the most important part, which is the alignment that you have with yourself, with your heart being open, fully trusting, being ready to receive. Now, in order to receive from someone else, right, from your soulmate, you've got to know how to receive your own magic, your own love, your own self-acceptance. And so many of you are putting that outside of you, where you're constantly wanting to please mum and dad, wanting to get their approval. And the truth is, if you're really honest right now, this is showing up in every area of your life where you're not feeling motivated, you're not feeling on purpose, you are not living the life that in a sliding doors moment, you were like, oh my God, I wish I was in a different place. I wish I was with my soulmate. I wish I was on the way to motherhood right now. That feels very foreign to many of you. And it's not. It's here for you. I've been there. I have been so far away from my dream where I literally was doing all the things. And yet, if I had to sit through one more New Year's Eve of not actually seeing anything different, I was like, I may as well be slamming my head into a wall right now, because it felt like the universe was mocking me. I was just like, I don't get it. What am I doing wrong? Like, why can't I have this? And what was inside of that was victimhood. Like, there's nothing that I was doing wrong. It's that I wasn't aligning with myself. I wasn't doing the work, because there's nothing to fix with you right now. There's nothing wrong with you. But what is going on is there's a major misalignment, and your heart is closed, and your little girl is keeping you safe. She doesn't want you to open up to love. She doesn't want you to be vulnerable because it feels too risky for her. She feels like, if I do that, holy shit, I could get really, really hurt. And this is keeping you out of taking action, okay? You are never going to change your life if you're going to keep allowing yourself to get off the hook with your bullshit excuses, okay? The help and the support is here. We've got people blazing a new path in my program, Soul to Soul, right now. Many graduates engaged who have healed years and decades of conditioning, because guess what? They got done with tolerating mediocrity. They got done with putting themselves last, and they couldn't live another day. suffering through anxiety and depression and feeling like, is this fucking it? Like, is this how the story ends? No, you're in the prime of your life right now. Prime. And it's a travesty. Like, it's unacceptable to keep living like this where you're not where you want to be. And you're not going to get there the slow way, which is by thinking you can do it yourself, which is by therapy. I am very, very open with my thoughts on therapy. Yes, it can be helpful. We're not here to do fucking helpful. You haven't got time for helpful. It's about, are you getting the outcome? Are you changing your life? Are you feeling so happy being you? It's a yes or a no. And if it's a no, I'm absolutely not, then what are you doing about it? What are you putting in place? Because the reason that people change their life in my program is the level of support that we offer is second to none. It's world class. It's like no one has ever experienced this level of support before. And I'm talking emotional support. I'm not talking about chucking you a few pre-recorded modules. I'm talking about us showing up for you and holding space for you so that you can feel seen for the first time. You can feel worthy for the first time. When you start to get a taste of your own magic, holy shit, you're going to want more. And you're going to start the journey of coming home to the woman you were born to be. And it's not about the guy. You think it's about him. And when I get the soulmate, I'll be happy. No. When you get the soulmate relationship with yourself, and only when you get that soulmate relationship with yourself, are you going to experience true happiness, true fulfillment. No, I'm not teaching you to be perfect and be perfectly ready for your guy to show up, because that's a crock of shit. It doesn't exist. I'm not perfect. My team isn't perfect. Perfect isn't real. But I'm real. My soulmate relationship is real. It's based on truth. And that's what I'm doing to help, activate in the world right now, is to help you get real and authentic and vulnerable and to be all of you. Because many of you are terrified to be who you are. You don't know what that looks like. Your self-expression is under the floorboards. It's completely shut down. Your feminine is shut down. You're not having orgasms. You're not in your sensuality. And there's zero self-worth going on. How on earth do you expect to attract in the kind of soulmate relationship that you want if you don't know how to be that for yourself first? It can't happen. Okay, so this is a wake-up call to those of you that are really playing small, especially my 40-year-olds who are the ones that need to do this right now. I've got 30-year-olds that come to me that are like, fuck, this is urgent. I need to change this right now. And it's sometimes my 40-year-olds that are like, well, if it happens, it happens. Fuck, if it happens, it happens. That is giving up energy. It's complacent energy, and you're not going to change your life from that place. It's not going to just happen. If it was going to happen, it would have happened. Look at where you were this time last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. What's changed? Truly, I ask you to ask yourself this question. What has changed? If you're not pulling all stops out right now to make yourself the priority, to get the support that you deserve so that you can actually change your life and have a shot at being a mum and at being the queen in that soulmate relationship, this is not the group for you. Because I am never going to hold space for you to settle. I am never going to hold space for you to quit on yourself or your dream. This is not the right container, and I suggest you go find another mentor. I'm being deadly serious. I got zero tolerance for those of you wanting to be justified in your excuses, because it's going to cost you your dream, it's going to cost you your fertility, and it's going to cost you having the most epic future that is here for you. It's all here for you. Absolutely. So that's the wake-up call right now to say, hey, what are you doing right now to support yourself? We're more than halfway through 2021, and you will be in the same place this time next year. Who knows where we're going to be as far as the pandemic? Are we going to be in lockdown? Are we not? What I can tell you is I've got clients meeting soulmates during COVID pandemic right now. It's not about the apps. It's not about your circumstances. It's about the relationship that you have with yourself. And until you're willing to do what it's going to take to heal the 30 years, the 40 years of conditioning, you are ripping yourself off. And the only person you can blame for that is you, because the support is here for you. But it's going to require you getting out of your own way, getting out of your comfort zone, and investing in the most important, amazing woman in your life. And let me remind you that that woman is you. And until you start treating her as the most important woman, with respect, with reverence, where you're going to do whatever it's going to take, you will not change your life. The stakes are not high enough, and you're trying to do it from inside your comfort zone, and that is not where the change happens. All my women that I have ever coached have made a decision to say, this needs to change now. Were they scared? Absolutely. But it was the same fear that was keeping them stuck. It was the same fear that was keeping them broke. It was the same fear that was keeping them out of love. And when they stood up to their fear and said, excuse me, you've been running my life for the last fucking 4 decades. You know what? It's my turn to have a crack at running my life right now. I want my queen to run my life. Guess what happens? Everything happens for them. They are liberated. They are like, holy shit, I wish I did this a long time ago. I didn't realize that I could actually change this at a cellular level. So that's my message to those of you that are trying to kind of play it safe. It's not going to happen from there. You know, trust me, I tried. I tried to do it my way. I tried to, I was very independent. I was very much in my own way. I didn't think that I needed the support. I was like, well, it's just going to happen when it happens. And it never did. And that cost me 10 precious years. Okay? You don't have that time. This is about now. Going, what are you doing with right now? And when is now going to be the time for you to put yourself first and to invest in yourself and to get the very best support? Because trying to do it on your own with a therapist is the slow way, and actually getting support with a proven process is the absolute fast track, and we're doing it in 8 weeks, all right? And you deserve this. But it's not about me telling you you deserve this. It's about you going and watching my testimonials. Read my book, I'm Done. Go watch my free masterclass in this community. Don't take my word for it. Go and absorb yourself in all of those free tools. Well, the book's not free. The book's, just under $20, but it's an incredible resource there for you. The one thing I celebrate about my clients is, they enroll themselves. Of course, they've got to be invited in, but they're like, I have to do this. I'm going to show up. I need this support. I'm ready to do what it takes. And it's easy breezy for us. Yeah. So that's what I love the most is I celebrate the power and the courage in them and what they're stepping into. Every single time we have an enrollment, it's like, yes, seeing another woman fucking step up means another soul in the world who's actually going to be shining bright, which is going to impact so many people. This is so much bigger than just being about you attracting a guy. This is about you inspiring everyone in your life, shifting the dynamics in your family, healing all of the family shit, right, that we get passed down to us, and being that light warrior goddess that is showing people what's possible. That's called fulfillment. This is what gets you on purpose, where for those of you that don't know what you want with your life, it's because you're deeply disconnected to yourself. That's why you keep attracting in relationships that are deeply disconnected. You are the common denominator here, okay? And I wish I got this a lot quicker than I did, because it would have saved me a lot of time. So I'm helping you cut that process really short to say, hey, sister, fucking jump on this, right? Or go work with a mentor that you do resonate with, but just take action. Stop sitting on the sidelines, because nothing happens from there. And you're going to be in the exact same place this time next year if you keep thinking about it or stewing over it or weighing up the pros and cons in your mind. That's not where you change your life from. It's a deep knowing. If you resonate with my content, if you've booked a call with us and you're just scared, I get the scaredness, but jump into action. If you've been lucky enough to be invited in, I wouldn't be taking that lightly, because we send a lot of people away who would walk over broken glass to work with us. But it's not about the money for us. It's about, are you ready? And it's our job to know who's ready and who's not, right? And our women know that, and they feel very grateful to be invited in. And they're like, fuck yes, where has this work been? So if you're at that place where you're not willing to put anything in the way, you know that it's time that you put yourself as a priority, you're willing to be held and supported and willing to fight for yourself and invest in yourself, then reach out to us. But do not book a call with us if you're just interested or you're looking for a Band-Aid, because we don't hand out Band-Aids. We change lives. That's what we do. And we can absolutely help you. But it's a co-creation, okay? We don't do it to you. We don't do it for you. That's codependent. It's never going to change your life. This is about you stepping into your greatness and saying, I want more. I want to be loved. I want to receive. I want to be the best version of me. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And then from that place, we can help you all day long. But if you want to keep getting in your way, definitely don't reach out to us, because we can't help you. No one can help you, okay? Because you're already so cerebral, and the last thing that you need is information. What's missing for those of you that are trying to do this yourself or thinking that it's inside a book or just going through the same bullshit with your therapist is you're just doing it all cerebrally at arm's length. You're not doing the deep work. You're wriggling out of it, and you know that. Okay, so with information is nothing without activation and integration, and that's my mastery. So now is the time. It's about putting a stake in the ground and fighting for yourself the way that you would if you had to take care of a newborn baby. You would do whatever it's going to take for that child. You're not going to just sit there and dabble. You're going to be like, what do you need right now? What can I do for you? How can I show up for you? And this is the way that you need to show up for yourself if you're even thinking about changing your life, okay? Dabbling ain't going to cut it, and not taking action, that's not going to cut it, right? You've got to be out of your comfort zone. That's the only place you're going to grow and expand from and to create a brand new way of living. It's not meant to be easy. I'm going to tell you right now, Soul to Soul is not a walk in the park. It's not easy. But we're helping you change your life in 8 friggin' weeks. I got women who've been trying for 8 years. That's a long fucking time. 8 months is a long time when we can get this done in 8 weeks. All right? You deserve the very best. It's not a coincidence that you're listening to this live. I'm going to hand it back to you though and say, hey sister, put your foot on the gas because now is the time that you're not going to get this moment again. So step up, try something new, and get behind you, because you're the only one that can fight for yourself. No one else can do that for you. All right? Big love. Mwah.